Hello friends! Today we are doing a butterfly haircut video and we are also going to be cutting some curtain bangs. Just doing a complete different makeover of my hair. It's time for some layers. It's time for some style. All my layers have grown out and we need a refresh, okay? I just came back from the gym. I usually tie my hair up into a braid when I work out, but I definitely want to show you kind of the before. So obviously my hair is like a little sweaty and there is leftover product in it from styling it a couple of days ago. I've got mid to long hair and I do still have some old layers, as you can see, from when I did my DIY wolf cut, which if you haven't checked out that video, feel free to check it out. It'll be linked somewhere over here. This is what my hair looks like in the back. There are some longer layers down here, but of course you want it a little bit shorter. And when I previously did my DIY wolf cut, there was one layer that was a little bit shorter than the others. So I am hoping to level that out today in this haircut, but we shall see. It's been a while since I've cut my own hair and I've really been wanting to do it. Definitely wanted to film it for you guys as well because who doesn't love a DIY haircut? A year ago, I did the butterfly haircut. You can check that out as well. In that video, I followed Brad Mondo's original butterfly haircut tutorial, but I didn't do the curtain bangs. Since then, he's done an updated video on how to do the butterfly haircut. I did review that before filming this video, so we will be following along based on what I remember from the video. I'm really excited, especially to get some bangs so that I can be excited to style my hair again. Right now, my hair kind of goes right here to the top of my chest and I really don't want it to get too much shorter. So let's see if this haircut tutorial is going to significantly change the length of my hair. It's not supposed to, but the last time I did this, I kind of did it a little bit wrong and it definitely made it a lot shorter. Let's hope I learned from my mistakes. It has been a year, so you would hope we have, but only time will tell. If you're new here, my name is Veronica. Welcome to the channel. Here we have videos on travel, lifestyle, fashion, and beauty. I love sharing little pieces of my life and doing interest-based videos. So if you like this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button for future videos. We post every other Sunday or Wednesday. And of course, if you do like this video or you find it helpful, feel free to hit that like button as it does help out the channel significantly. I would definitely really appreciate it. Of course, they say you should always cut your hair wet. So I'm gonna hop in the shower real quick, wash off from the gym, and then we'll get right into the hair cutting tutorial. I'm excited! We're back with freshly washed and wet hair, which is perfect because obviously we want to make sure that everything is smooth and completely straight and there's no wave pattern when we cut. So in his tutorial, he recommended a detangling brush with help getting your ponytail up because combs make it very difficult when your hair is really wet. I also do have a fine comb with a pick to help with sectioning. Of course, we need two hair ties since we're doing two ponytails. And then I do have scissors. These are hair cutting scissors by Kulala, which I got from Amazon. I'll link it down below. Let's just get started. So in his tutorial, the first thing he did was check for the apex of the girl's hair. Mine's about here. Basically, we're gonna brush all the hair forward for that ponytail. This is a wet brush that I'm using to help with this process. And he did do behind the ear, so let's make sure we do that. The last time I did this tutorial, I actually had it too far forward, so I'm gonna make sure not to do that this time. Oh my god, I can't see. I know it doesn't have to be perfect, but like in my head it has to be okay. I'm sorry. I'm using the fine tooth comb to clean this up. Alright, so this will have to do because my patience just cannot. And then the next step in the tutorial was to just make sure everything was super smooth. And then we're gonna tie it right in between our eyebrows. Cool, so I have it in between my eyebrows. It's like slightly higher, but not in a crazy way. Oh my gosh, very long hair. Definitely working with more hair this time around compared to the last time I did this tutorial. Now for the next ponytail, it's gonna be Ariana style, very high with the rest of your hair. This one takes quite a while for me, so bear with me, but we got this. We'll use our muscles. Let's get that ponytail out there. In the last tutorial, I feel like I had it too low and not high enough, so I'm gonna try to remedy that this time around. Doing this upside down, I feel is way easier. Boom. This one's much higher than the last tutorial. So I better get better results. Hopefully this is smooth. So once we feel good about these ponytails, it's time to cut, and we'll do the front section first. So he definitely emphasized cutting in the direction of the ponytail. So because this ponytail is sticking down, we're gonna cut down. And this ponytail, we're gonna somehow cut up because, you know, it's facing up. We'll see how that goes. I didn't do it right last time, so we will do it right, even if it's difficult this time around. I think in terms of what length I'm gonna do, I'm really looking at the layers I've had before, and I'm going to make sure that I'm making it even. So this is like the shortest layer, so I'm definitely gonna get rid of this chunk. All right, so kind of been stalling, so let's just go ahead and do the haircut. We got scissors ready. I am not a pro, so please don't judge my cutting. Doing the best I can. What he recommended was combing first and then following it with your finger guide. Let's go ahead and do that. That is not a lot, so I think I'll go even higher than these layers. You know, you really need to cut a decent amount to see a difference. I think I'll do about 3 inches. Do it here, and then we'll cut underneath the fingers. Oh my gosh. Okay, we kind of slipped a little at the end, but that's all right. Awesome, that's the first cut. Let's kind of even this out a little bit. It's looking a little crazy. I'm not super used to holding my hair with my fingers, especially because there's a lot of it. That's all good. It should turn out fine, right? And I don't know, I hope. And just clean that up. I feel like I could just chip away forever. It really doesn't need to be that perfect. So we are gonna leave it here for the front for now. I cut like a decent amount. I feel, of course, I had pre-existing layers, so the length kind of changes a little bit, but it's about 3 inches, a loose 3 inches. So that's what we're gonna do for the top here. Let's just go ahead and cut. It's gonna be hard to get this whole thing in the shot, but we'll do our best. Let's go ahead and brush this out. Definitely hard to cut this way because like my arms are only so long, but we'll start the path, and then if we need to bend it a little, we can do that. It's all good. Last time I did this haircut, I also felt like I cut the back too short, so I'm gonna try to avoid that this time. I wanna make it as smooth as possible. And because I have so much hair, I'm just combing from the front and the back. Stretch. We're reaching for the stars, and then we'll bend it because it's seriously impossible. There is like the shorter layer here, so we're just gonna snip and even that out, and hopefully that'll fix my previous layer problem. I know Brad recommends like checking as you go. Obviously, that's like the smart thing to do. I'm lazy, I'll be honest. I'm very lazy, and I like a good surprise at the end. So we're just kind of going off instinct, which is not recommended, by the way, but I'm not a professional, obviously. So we have this chop, and I just like to double check it, just make sure it's all even, and there's nothing crazy going on that I'm missing. I'm just gonna clean it up ever so slightly, because again, I really don't want to cut the back too short. I don't want to lose a lot of length. Being a little more conservative than I was in the last tutorial. But here is that cut ponytail. Look a little short. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little nervous. I kind of have a notion that I should cut the front just like an inch shorter. This just feels very like long to me for front layers. I want to make sure that the front is shorter than the back because I want the layers to be layering this time. And instead of letting it go and checking and then redoing it, I'm just going to go off my gut and cut this like literally not even that much, just half an inch shorter. So we use this comb. Use our fingers as a guide. Perfect. And we'll do a little snip, snip. Oh God, I can't get to that end. Oh wow, it's nearly perfect actually. Boom. The snip, snip has been done. That's pretty even, so we're good on that. Whew. I don't know. I still feel like I should shorten this, but you know, once you cut it, can't go back. So let's just release this and see what we are playing with. All right, can't tell too much right now. Definitely wanna get my parting in check. Before I release the back, let's kind of look at what we got in the front. So this is what we're looking like. Again, pretty conservative, but you can see the stat. We're gonna clean this up a little bit too, just to make sure it's not disconnected. So here you can see I have some layers already in the front compared to the length of that. It's definitely layering so far. It's a more longer layer. Let's release this and see how it all comes together. Ooh. Not too much shorter, thank goodness. As you can see, it was kind of like right here earlier. It's not gotten much shorter than that. We definitely kept our length, which was the goal. Nice, 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 nice. Last time I did this, I cut it too short and it was much shorter. It looked cool, but it was just not like initially what I was going for. So I'm happy to still have my length. Look at these layers. They're definitely there. And I actually don't even see my more choppy layer, which was on this side. It actually looks pretty even with the rest of my hair. I looked for the shortest old layer that I had and just matched it up. That was a good solve for that scenario that was going on. This is what it looks like in the back wet. So let's kind of do a little check in terms of the layers connecting.